Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today I will discuss the possibility of new Modern Warfare content releasing with Season 5 and more specifically the release date of the CX-9 submachine gun. Now before we get too far, I want to mention that this video is a scheduled upload and I'm currently recording this on the 1st of August. Also, today's video is going to be way more speculative, so just make sure to keep that in mind. And with that said, if you guys go on to enjoy this one, make sure you leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class slips, and all kinds of things like that. So without further ado, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's dive right into it. So new content in Modern Warfare. In many regards, Modern Warfare is very similar to Black Ops 3, being that Black Ops 3, even after its initial year as the newest COD, people were still grinding and playing the game, and because of that, Treyarch released new DLC weapons and camos and other sorts of content into that game. And now we have a very similar situation with Modern Warfare. People are still grinding the game and want new content to enjoy. Of course, Modern Warfare had 6 primary seasons, all releasing new DLC weapons, maps, and so forth. However, after Season 6, players found in-game files of new DLC weapons that yet to be released, and they were the Sykov pistol, the RAAL machine gun, and CX-9 submachine gun, in addition to other content such as in-store tracer bundles as well as the soap operator. So a couple months go by, we do end up seeing Black Ops Cold War Season 1 and Season 2, and that brings us up to a couple months ago. So back in April, exactly 1 week before Cold War Season 3 released, a new update went live in Modern Warfare, introducing some new content such as adding a new map being Kill House, in addition to RAAL airbase and drainage that were only available in private matches and were swiftly removed, as well as most importantly a brand new DLC weapon being the Sykov, which you could unlock by either purchasing an in-game bundle or by completing a very simple in-game challenge. Which, remember, as I just mentioned, the Sykov was one of the DLC weapons that was found at the very end of Season 6. So now this was very important as it confirmed that those DLC weapons that were found in the in-game files weren't just leftover assets and were going to be releasing at one point or another. One thing that you have to keep in mind, and that is the developers of Call of Duty games typically use leftover assets from older games to create the newer ones. For example, back when Black Ops Cold War initially released, in the game files of the actual beta, there were file names such as Rampart, and of course the Rampart was a fully automatic assault rifle from Black Ops 4. And as we know now, the Rampart would never release into Cold War as it doesn't make sense because one game is set in 1984 and the other game is set in 2040. However, what happened is Treyarch used the leftover files from Black Ops 4 to then create weapons in Black Ops Cold War, and that happens all the time, and a lot of people were suspecting that the Sykov, the RAAL, and the CX9 were originally DLC weapons that were going to be releasing in the primary 6 seasons of Modern Warfare. However, for whatever reason, they did end up getting scrapped, and as I mentioned, the Sykov being added into the game as a DLC weapon confirmed that those 3 DLC weapons weren't just leftover code, they weren't going to be scrapped, and at one point or another, they were going to be releasing into the game. So now let's talk about what's happening now. A couple weeks ago, another new map was re-added into the game, which of course was RAAL Airbase. Now unlike in April of 2021, RAAL Airbase was officially released into the game. You could play in multiplayer and it wasn't just in a private match. And in addition to that, a couple new Modern Warfare weapon bundles did end up appearing on the store. Now just to specify, these were Modern Warfare bundles, being that they were bundles that you could use in Modern Warfare multiplayer as well as Warzone, and the blueprints were for Modern Warfare weapons, which is very interesting and hasn't really happened ever since Season 6 of Modern Warfare, when of course all the blueprint bundles were for Modern Warfare weapons because Cold War was not yet out. So with that particular update adding in the new weapon bundles, players start to wonder about the other 2 DLC weapons, being the RAAL light machine gun and especially the CX9 submachine gun. Of course, out of the 3 DLC weapons, a lot of people were focusing on the CX9 because it was a brand new DLC submachine gun, which meant that a lot of people wanted to get their hands on it. And especially because shortly after the release of Cold War Season 2, you can actually pick up the CX9 submachine gun in Warzone and use it, and a lot of people very much like the submachine gun, so that's how come they want to use it in Modern Warfare multiplayer and also use it in Warzone. So now it's the mid-season update for Season 4, and in the patch notes, they state, "We are excited to share that we are planning the debut of 2 new Warzone specific perks. Alongside them, High Alert will also be receiving an update that allows players to hear dead silent footsteps. Until then, we may see a weapon make its long-awaited debut in Verdansk," and right next to the text stating that, there is of course an emoji winking face, and of course Treyarch stating that they are going to be adding in a weapon that's making its long-awaited debut could really mean anything. They could just be simply talking about a Black Ops Cold War Season 4 weapon that is yet to be released. However, one thing that is extremely interesting, and that's in the Treyarch livestream talking about the mid-season update, there's actually a very brief amount of gameplay of an operator using the CX9 submachine gun. And considering that players have known about the CX9 submachine gun ever since the tail end of Modern Warfare Season 6 right at the end of 2020, the CX9 would really fit the bill of a weapon that is making its long-awaited debut in Verdansk, and of course since they add the winky face, it kind of breaks the fourth wall and lets the players know that they kind of know what we're talking about and know that we want to see the CX9 submachine gun. So here's my prediction. Now remember, I'm making this video on August 1st, 2021, and as of yet there are two DLC weapons that need to be released. The Mace in Cold War, which would be the final DLC weapon of Black Ops Cold War Season 4, and the CX9 submachine gun. We know for an absolute fact that Season 5 will release on Thursday, August 12th, so that only leaves Thursday, August 5th to be the final update day before Season 5 releases. And we know for a fact we're getting the Mace on that day, as of course that's going to be the last update of Season 4, and the Mace is a DLC weapon in Season 4, so we'll be releasing by then. But that said, it's also very likely we'll get the CX9 as well, because remember the Sykov pistol, the last DLC weapon that Modern Warfare received as of yet, released exactly 1 week before Cold War Season 3 released. And also keep in mind that Raven Software alluded to the CX9 releasing after the mid-season update for Season 4, and actually implies that the new DLC weapon that will be added into Verdansk will be releasing during Season 4 and not during Season 5. So with that in mind, it is very likely that the CX9 will release on Thursday, August 5th, and if it doesn't, it still is very possible that the CX9 will be releasing sometime during Season 5. One thing that you have to keep in mind, and as it is very likely that during Season 5 we are going to be getting the reveal for Call of Duty 2021, so it is possible that to hype up COD 2021, they are going to be releasing a new DLC weapon in Black Ops Cold War, as well as a new DLC weapon in Modern Warfare. Of course, as of yet, we still have the CX9 submachine gun, as well as the RAAL light machine gun to be released into the game. So yeah, right now there are a lot of possibilities and a lot of things up in the air, so that's how come I want to make today's speculative video. Once again, I'm recording this on the 1st of August and scheduling uploading this on August 4th, because at the time of uploading this, I'm not actually going to be at my setup. So yeah guys, with that said, if you haven't already, make sure you comment down below what are your thoughts on the CX9 submachine gun. Are you hoping to see it release with the final update of Cold War Season 4? Let me know down below in the comment section. So with that said, if you guys went on to enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications, so that way you guys will not miss any latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class ups, and all kinds of things like that. So thanks once again for watching this video. I'm your host, Deeper Jungle, and I hope to see you in the next one.